today they moved it up to $45. And then what else isn't in there, guys?
Is that part of the amendments of that 2000?
Yeah, they're all like ordinances and stuff, and we really need codification because we got laws here and there, and everything's trying to put them all together. And that doesn't even touch on case law. You know, it's hard to access any kind of case law.
Well, that kind of brings me to the next topic, and that's the Indian Civil Rights Act. And historically, I looked a little bit at the history of that to talk about it when we come up here, but historically, I guess as far back as 1896, the Supreme Court ruled in a case called Tatton versus Mays that none of the civil rights in the United States Constitution protected Indian people from the acts of tribes or the tribal government. And that followed up in that case, they said that the right to be represented by counsel is protected by the 6th and 14th Amendments, but they don't apply to people who were charged in tribal court. And a few years later, they held that there was no protection against illegal searches and seizures under the 5th Amendment for people charged with tribal crimes. They followed up to talk about no First Amendment rights for people in tribes from what the tribe did. And ultimately, this is the state of the law until around 1960, when the civil rights people started saying, wait a second, something's wrong with this picture, we need a Civil Rights Act. And in 1960, well, Senator Sam Ervin of North Carolina was a leader of saying, wait a second, tribe members need protection from acts of abuse by tribal prosecutors or tribal police or tribal entities, and started arguing for adding something to the Civil Rights Act to incorporate the Bill of Rights and the protection from the Constitution for tribal people, or tribal members against the tribes. Congressman Ben Rifle, South Dakota, from Rosebud, in 1968 put together a coalition of people, and I think he was, after Senator Ervin led the charge, I think Ben Rifle was really probably responsible for getting